Hey guys, and welcome. It's another Age of Grogu, episode 7. We've got with us, as always, we've got Jason. Hey, Jason. And Elijah. How you doing, Elijah?
Hey,
How's it
good. I'm
going?
good.
Yay. How's it going, guys? How's
Oh,
your
great,
week
man.
been? Yeah,
Another week. I'm waiting for
another week.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
We're like a week, a couple days out from Ghostbusters.
Couple of
Mhm.
days?
So I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah,
for that.
about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks is, yeah.
12
Tickets
days,
should be,
a week, like a little over a week and a half.
yeah. Tickets are up. We have actually now purchased all of our tickets. We are going to be seeing this movie in Burbank, California on Friday morning. So unless there's any conflicts of that morning. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that film and checking it out for sure. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
can't
gonna be
wait.
a blast. Yeah,
It's gonna be huge.
it is. It's gonna be great. I mean, you were in New York, weren't you, this week, Jason?
Oh yeah. We went
Yeah.
for the NFT NYC.
Mhm.
We threw a little Vogu event.
Oh, that's
and,
cool.
I'd like to thank all you guys for coming through. We had a good turnout, and there
That's
was a
great.
good amount of people that showed up.
Right. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. So what exactly was this event? I mean, what was it? Just a general
It was
kind
like a
of
I'm not
actual convention,
I'm
or
actually not that sure, but like there's
really?
like a huge. Well, I always want to call them bathing apes, but the
Okay.
Bored Ape Yacht Club, they're a
Right.
huge NFT collection, and they had
Okay.
like a yacht. They had this huge
Oh, wow.
event. I mean, they've sold like 90 million worth. So
Right. Okay.
there's a lot of money in that, and I guess the creators actually took that money and threw huge parties for these
Wow.
ape holders.
Okay.
And so it was pretty cool. I saw apes all over the place.
You saw
Sorry,
it.
like
Okay,
talking
fair
through my
enough.
burps. And went to
Yeah.
Times Square, and there was like
Oh, we
apes.
just
Oh,
lost
we lost
Elijah.
Elijah. There was
Yeah,
a bunch of like NFTs posted all over
Oh,
all
wow.
all
Oh,
the
that's great.
screens and stuff. It was
That's
nuts.
cool.
And
Nice.
when I was there, speaking of Ghostbusters, I saw
yeah.
that Ghostbusters ad. That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah?
cool.
That's cool. When we get Elijah back, I've pulled up your video that you sent me, so we'll play it when Elijah
Oh,
comes
yeah.
back. Get a
Where
reaction
is
to it.
he?
Where is Elijah? Elijah, we lost you. Anyway, while we wait for Elijah, you haven't been keeping up much with the news, have you? Wait, here we go. Hang on a second. Yeah, and he's slowly coming back. Maybe not. What? You haven't been keeping up with much of the news this past week, have you? You've been more or less focused in New York.
I've been all over the place.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, Elijah, you're back.
Hey, he's back.
Can you hear us, Elijah? I don't think he's frozen.
It's not working for me. It's
not working for you.
It's funky. I can't see Brent right now.
Oh, really? It's happening on this end. It just you're a little laggy there. We're going to show that little piece. So hang on, Jason. You were saying in New York you saw you were in Times Square, right? You said?
Yeah, in Times Square they had that one corner LED screen that makes
Yeah.
things look kind of 3D.
Yeah, I didn't even realize.
Oh, there.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh man, you can hear my camera on my phone.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I
You can
started
also hear you
singing in the
singing
back.
too. That's pretty cool, though.
Don't mind that sound. That's my lens on my phone. It's busted.
Oh yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was like,
Yeah,
whoa, I didn't know they had one of those screens out there.
That's pretty
They're doing
cool.
like that 3D stuff.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize they'd built one already in New York, and that's cool. I've only seen them usually in China and overseas, Japan, and all that have that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I'd see
Here we
like
go,
videos
here we
that
go.
people put up. It works from
Yeah.
a specific vantage point.
I don't know what happened.
Right.
What did I
Yeah,
miss?
so- we just
showed
played the corner piece there that Jason took. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So hang on, you said it works from a certain angle, so you've only got a certain place on the street you can really stand.
Well,
where
I mean, you
how
can
does-
see it all over, but
right.
that it's meant to be viewed from a specific angle,
Gotcha.
because of like the way it comes out.
Okay,
Right.
that's
past the
interesting.
border and stuff.
That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And while you were there, you saw something else, didn't you?
Oh yeah. So I went and we came across the original location of the exterior of their firehouse right here.
Right here. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Oop. What just happened? Hang on. Was it? Wait.
I sent you a video. I
There you go.
edited something for you.
Oh, really? Okay, there it
Yeah.
goes. All right.
Oh, look what we have here.
Well, that was the one I sent
That was
you
a quick
guys on the
piece.
text, but I edited something
Right.
and I sent it to
Oh,
you
really?
yesterday. I don't know if you
Oh,
got that one.
I did not get the other one. No. Oh,
I'm sure you could
I didn't see
probably.
it. I was working all day yesterday, so
okay.
I missed
If
it.
you could send him an email, maybe he can.
That's all right. It
Okay.
takes a while to transfer across and
Oh,
put it
you know
onto
what?
this. So.
Did I send it to you guys?
I think I
didn't
got it.
see it.
Oh, Eliza got
got
it.
it. I got it.
Oh, I sent it to you only. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, that's pretty cool. That I mean, did they redo that? Do you know, or was it just it's always just been there, or they've only just cleaned it up recently?
The sign was just donated to them.
Oh, okay,
The
gotcha.
Ghostbuster sign was just. I mean, in the last month or two, like just very recently,
Sure.
that sign was donated, and it was like an exact replica from the original movie that they added in.
Fair enough.
But everything else, the building they
cool.
keep up, it's the times that I've seen it over in the last like 5-10 years or whatever, it's always been clean and looks like it's been.
It's in a nice. It's in a nice neighborhood.
In a nice. I mean, it's I think
Yeah,
over time, that neighborhood's gotten nicer and nicer.
Yeah.
But it's definitely in a decent area.
Yeah, I just sent you the video. I don't know if you could put it in, Brent.
I got to transfer it across, and it doesn't change. I got to change the format and everything, so I need time to do that.
Never mind, guys. You won't see the video I edited for you guys.
Next time on the next.
Yeah. Well, either way, I actually remember when I was in New York, I actually checked out the what's Dana Barrett's building. Which is
Central Park West.
Central Park West, which I didn't realize until someone pointed it out, and I'm looking at it going, "Oh my god, that is freaking cool!" kind of thing. It's so if you're ever in New York City, it's
it's all there. The church is right next to it. It's all the same area. The park is right across the street, and the restaurant is right across the street. That
what I noticed about the exterior of the firehouse, they described it at the time. They're like, I mean, outside is a DMZ zone, but what's funny is that the place where they filmed the interior is here in downtown LA, right? In the Skid Row area.
Right.
And that actually feels a lot more. The exterior of that building feels the way that the exterior felt like in the 80s.
It's funny.
Yeah. It's just druggies and winos everywhere.
Oh, really?
But that firehouse is still up. I think they still shoot inside there.
They used to do the music. I'm going blank on the name. Like electronic music nights in there. I've been in there a few times. Yeah,
okay,
that's cool.
I'm going blank on it's a famous LA nightclub I think. But they used to do them in there.
That's awesome. Wow. So I mean, other Ghostbusters stuff. I mean, at this point, I mean, it's just like I'm ready to see Ghostbusters Afterlife. Those tickets are up. We've got them booked. I can't remember the exact.
Is this going to be like a continuation of the first one?
I have no idea.
Ignoring the second one?
No, I think it's including
it's including
the
one and
history
two.
of the second one, and then they're 30 years from that. Now we just gonna fill all that backstory in.
I get a feeling we're going to be doing a really nice big live discussion about Ghostbusters once it comes out in a few weeks' time. I'm looking forward to definitely going into depth on Afterlife. I'll probably even recap 1 and 2 because it's been maybe about 2 years since I watched 1 and 2 myself. So
I watched the first one like last week.
Okay, fair enough. It's on TV every once in a while, so I'll catch bits and pieces here and there, but I never kind of turn on the TV when it's right at the beginning. So I mean, I've got them on Blu-ray there, so I'll definitely
it's so good.
First one is so great.
Yeah.
So
the second one still has charm to it. Actually, that's the one thing I did pick up.
I don't like the second one.
Really, it's got some charm to it. I actually picked up the soundtrack last week. It's actually in the other room. I should have brought it in here. They released the actual score to this movie, which I don't think they've even ever done. I never saw it when
they've only had like the soundtrack, like the music. The music.
Yeah, and there's a couple of pieces of score in there I really like. I'm kind of glad I got that CD. So I'll definitely, Elijah, I know you'd be interested to listen to it sometime in the future. So when we catch up, we'll have a listen through. But so any other Ghostbusters news? I think that's about it for now.
All I could think of.
Yeah. So last week, Elijah and I managed to do a breakdown of the Book of Boba trailer. Jason, you were in New York at the time, so we never really got your input on the new Book of Boba Fett trailer. And I want to know what you think of that trailer. I mean,
oh, dude, I'm stoked on like this criminal underworld of Star Wars with minimal appearances of Jedis, hopefully.
Like the Godfather of Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Series
it's
and
cool
movies.
the
Soprano Star Wars series.
But man, I mean, for as like Tatooine's like, an outer world.
It's still the hub center of the universe, isn't it?
Why is it such a hub? Like it's supposed to wasn't it just like the middle of nowhere? Like, dude,
that's probably why, because it's supposed to be in the middle of nowhere. It's not supposed to have, it's supposed to be
but
like
it's
that,
because it's so attached to the first one, and Star Wars isn't Star Wars without the nostalgia.
Right.
So like,
well,
I guess you kind of have to.
Yeah. The cool thing, and again, as Elijah and I kind of went through it, we did a great, what I feel is a really cool breakdown, because there's not a lot to show. At the same time, there's lots of little things that we're telling, and there's a couple of scenes there that feel like they might be flashbacks in the episode that could relate back possibly to the end of Return of the Jedi, when
he gets out of the Sarlacc.
And even though they don't show you anything related to it, there's a couple of stormtroopers walking across the desert with this wind blowing, the sand blowing, but it also feels like it could be smoke. And if it's smoke, it's like the sand people are walking towards this, this busted up sail barge, wreckage of the sail barge. It could be kind of a, that's a possibility.
Oh, that'd be gnarly. See Jabba's body. Like,
I mean, there's definitely something.
I've got a tail. I got a part of a tail here.
Yeah,
they just start hacking him up and like getting his fat and
for sure,
like harvesting it like they did with that crate dragon. Remember that?
Oh,
they just start harvesting it.
That's
like, oh, I found the pearl.
Can the sand people find a pearl out of Jabba's stomach? Oh God.
But it's cool. I'm excited about that because, like, I don't know, one of my favorite things to come from the Star Wars universe lately is the Mandalorian.
Totally.
And I really enjoyed the criminal underworld that we got to see in Solo. And I'm just hoping that we're gonna get. You're just hoping we're gonna get like an idea of all the different factions that run all the criminal worlds in. What Tatooine?
There's three time periods for the criminal underworld that are really worth exploring. The criminal underworld, they explored it in the Clone Wars pre-Empire, and it was a fascinating thing, and that's where Darth Maul became controlling and took control of that. During the Empire, that's Darth Maul's territory. He starts to control the underworld because he's basically whatever his change in motivation is changes at that point, and Maul kind of leaves the story at certain point post Empire. So this is a brand new era. How does the Empire not being there affect how much the underworld's going to flourish in this new post Empire world apocalypse? And it's going to be kind of it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun.
He appears in the end of Solo. You remember when he turns his lightsaber on during a
but
hologram
he doesn't. Maul does not.
I'm Darth Maul. Yeah, you want to prove it? I got my lightsaber. I'm going to turn it on my projection.
This is actually so. With that, let's go into a little bit of the Disney Plus Day, because there's a lot of information coming out this week that there's more unsubstantial information, unofficial, but apparently one of the things that they are talking about dropping is definitely a trailer for Obi-Wan, and a sizzle reel for the TV series Andor. As well as
Andor, just like
Andor, as in
Andor,
as in from Andor, not Andor,
Cassian Andor.
Cassian Andor,
and Diego Luna's.
And they're also going to be supposedly dropping the announcement for a brand new animated show which is going to be based around Darth Maul himself.
Ooh,
during the time of the Empire.
Anime for Brent. Brent loves anime now.
I love the anime, but the thing is that there was the possibility that this could have been a live action series if Ray Park hadn't messed up his opportunities about 2 years ago with some internet stuff that
what did he
sadly
do?
went down.
I didn't know anything about that.
He kind
what did he say, Brent?
It wasn't what he said. He was kind of in a compromised. He was in a compromised situation that ended up online, sadly, and it kind of more or less ended a deal with Disney at that point.
What? A misunderstanding or actual he did something bad?
It was something that leaked that he shouldn't have been doing that ended up by being put online.
You're not going to tell us?
People can just look it up on YouTube.
People can look it up on YouTube. It was nativity, yes. And
what's crazy is that since I don't know, I saw this got brought up once where if Marvel is the way it is right now, and they were gonna hire someone for Tony Stark, you think they would hire Robert Downey Jr. Because of his past and all of that. It's so weird that they probably wouldn't have, and then they missed out on this.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's weird now that it's just become this big thing. Now they have to be they have to be careful, and they are part of Disney now. House of
the Mouse. But the thing is, it's Disney do have a reputation to keep. It's understandable, but that does knock out a live action Darth Maul in the future, sadly, at least for the time being. And so it sounds like they're
the one in Solo. This happened after Solo.
This happened after Solo, and I think that's where they were trying to go with a live action more, because imagine having something that was live action in the underworld during the time of the Empire, and Maul being the one in charge of it. We are going to be now getting that, but in an animated form, which could be a very cool set of stories. We get to see how Maul and controls that underworld and how that would have gone, and we will get to see that as an animated form. Supposedly, rumored, we will find out if that's going to be a factual piece of information they're going to drop on the Disney Plus Day. But I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to show for the Kenobi series. Myself, I don't think they'll show as much like they didn't show much with Book of Boba Fett, but I'm just excited to see a trailer.
We got 2 shows taking place on Tatooine.
Well, good point. Yeah, I mean,
at least their home base is Tatooine.
We're not,
if he's running it out of Jabba's palace, that's Tatooine. And we're talking about Obi-Wan, who's just been
Well,
has he left since?
We don't know. We're going to find that out. I doubt it very much, but I'm going to assume there's something that draws him off world. That will take Obi-Wan Kenobi out of Tatooine environment.
I wonder where his spaceship is, because they had to leave. He didn't have it with him at the time. So
spaceship,
whatever he used to get off world. He had to go to Mos Eisley to find someone. If he just had a spaceship, he would leave whenever he wanted.
He might have just.
They probably would have just. Went straight to straight to Alderaan from. Hey Luke, come on, let's go. Hop in my ship.
Yeah.
My Naboo fighter or whatever. What was he flying at the end of?
It's a Jedi style fighter.
He could have hit one.
I just saw him he had that shiny
stored one and
kind of jet, right? The one that he took to Mustafar, or the one that Padme took to Mustafar.
Oh, that's a Naboo.
Didn't he leave
fighter.
with that with Padme?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it was the last we.
Well, if you think about it, Yoda didn't have a ship, and Luke didn't have a ship. His ship was destroyed. His X-wing was destroyed. So they're all basically.
I would say that Obi-Wan would be booking passage. Yeah, I would say Obi-Wan would book passage to get from place to place and try.
Yeah, he just had to go to Mos Eisley to do that.
Exactly.
And come back.
Yeah, that's
where you want to go, old man.
Space credits. I need a trip to.
Then we have Cassian Andor, Havana Nights.
Yeah, I still don't know. I mean,
you guys remember that Dirty Dancing Havana Nights?
I haven't.
It stars Diego Luna, who plays.
Oh, God.
Has someone?
Okay.
Has someone photoshopped
I never saw
that?
It, but...
Cassian Andor, Havana Nights.
That might be something you have to do.
Fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward
to choose a
to
place
all the
from the Star
information.
Wars universe,
Yeah.
The dance
What's that?
club.
I don't know. What's a very like tropical system in the Star Wars universe?
Tropical.
Like something like kind of
Endor.
like
Endor, you would know. Felucia.
That's Endor's more northern California, coastal Pacific.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it literally is.
The one place that I can think of mostly would be Felucia, which we see in
Felucia Nights. That sounds right.
Felucia Nights.
Felucian.
We see it in Revenge of the Sith. It's oh my god! I forgot her name.
What scene is that?
Wait a minute. What's the beach?
Where she gets killed?
The
that,
giant,
like crazy,
the
colorful
blue
place where the Twi'lek.
The blue Twi'lek. Yeah, that's a very tropical environment.
What's the beach in Rogue One?
That's on Scarif.
Scarif.
That's actually kind of a cool.
Actually, he died on Scarif. So Scarif Nights.
Scarif Nights.
What was that?
The last party.
I keep thinking like I keep wanting to say. I keep wanting to say Floston Paradise, but
no,
I keep wanting to say Floston Paradise from Fifth Element.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, I mean that's some Star Wars stuff that's probably going to drop this week. Supposedly getting those trailers. As for Marvel, I mean, it's interesting. Everybody's been talking about Star Wars and what Disney Plus are going to be dropping, but we have no clue of what, outside of they might have a She-Hulk trailer for us, or they might have some sizzle stuff for She-Hulk. Because I know that is currently in production, or they're about to go in production?
I think they're currently in production. They've casted.
Yeah. If anybody out there knows, let us know. I wasn't too sure whether that started in pre-production yet, but there's a lot of little projects going on there. I mean, maybe we'll see a trailer for Moonlight. I believe they're finished shooting Moon Knight. Sorry.
Or behind the scenes, shooting. Like at least something. Because before it was just like
Oscar Isaac.
Well, they're finished shooting that series now, so it'd be kind of cool to see an actual, a full trailer, or at least a sizzle reel of some sort. They're definitely going to have a lot to show us when it comes to Marvel as well. And we're going to get all these little drops. Of course, we've got Hawkeye starting in a couple of weeks' time with 2 episodes on the 24th of November as their first drop. So that's going to be a fun night when we get to do some live reaction again. I kind of miss our late night reaction videos that we've been doing with new episodes and stuff like that. What else has dropped in the way of Marvel this week? Not a huge. Oh yeah, the Eternals came out, of course.
Yeah. Eternals came out.
Yeah. I've seen it. Jason, you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Elijah hasn't seen it yet.
Elijah hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm fighting not watching anything else. Any spoiling things.
Oh yeah, I can't watch YouTube if I don't watch the movie.
That's it.
You can't look at YouTube. I don't want to see I'll have to see the
we were planning on
scene for myself or whatever.
Yeah, we were planning on doing like a non-spoiler review this week, and maybe next week we'll go into a bit more detail about with spoilers and stuff. But I am interested, Jason. What were your thoughts on this movie overall?
It was dense.
It was dense. Is that the word you're going to use? Is dense?
It was. Don't you agree? There's a lot of information in there. Just jam-packed.
Is it like
literally
dialogue heavy?
Wrench is in the house.
Hey, Wrench. No,
dialogue.
It was heavy on a lot of dialogue and imagery at the same time.
Yeah.
They packed it in like thousands of years of history.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah,
just the birth of the universe, all of that.
Yeah, there's some nice stuff. Again, we don't want to go too much into spoilers this one, but I mean, I did have some issues with, I guess, with the way they paced everything between the editing and the direction of this movie. It felt a little jumpy at times, and there were some things going on that didn't quite necessarily make sense. And I did not feel satisfied about certain explanations of how things were set up as to how they played out. There were definitely plot twists and there were definitely turns, but I didn't feel emotionally connected to what they were creating. I wanted, if there's a plot twist that's going to happen and something's going to go on, I want to feel emotionally, be like, oh my God, be shocked or surprised or laugh or something. And I didn't feel those massive plot twist turns hit me emotionally as much as I would like to have, seen. I mean, it was definitely a well done, put together film, and it was definitely different than most Marvel formulas, which was not my issue. And I did like a lot of the characters in this new movie. But I feel like there was some stuff that could have been cleaned up in both editing and story as to be a little more clear about what was going on, because it just got lost in translation. I felt in my person. Again, I'm looking forward to doing a more detailed chat about this next week.
I'd watch it again.
Yeah,
and
I'll watch it again.
I agree with you.
I need to watch it again.
I agree with you. I mean, I thought that was pretty clear, like straightforward.
Yeah.
And I wasn't lost at all, really. And I'm actually impressed that they managed to get that much information. Yeah. And it is one of the second longest Marvel movie next to Endgame.
Oh, is it?
Really?
Like 2.5 or 2:45, something like that?
Yeah. Okay. It's in the upper 2s.
I didn't feel it drag as a movie. It didn't drag.
It didn't drag. There was really no time for drag.
All
the information you're getting.
Yeah, that might have been a bit,
and I would like to see. I mean, I like that they've kind of, I call it like Forrest Gumping when they insert like certain characters into history.
I love that. I liked that. Let's not get too much into it. But
I was assuming, whatever.
But that's gonna, you're assuming they've been there for, they're Eternals, and you understand the story.
Assuming.
Yeah.
And then I was also, I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I was expecting you catch up with each, like a Blues Brothers. You get everybody's got their little part until the group comes together.
It's one of those things too. It's cool.
Everybody
has their moment of the backstory until they form as a group. And then
Elijah's got some homework to do this week.
It's just so it was weird. It was so broad as like a story, like as far as the characters are, like I mean, I want to watch it. There's a Marvel movie, so I'm gonna watch it multiple times. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Right. Wrench, have you still in chat? Have you seen the Eternals yet? And if you're not, then I guess you won't get that information. It's worth seeing for sure, but I wouldn't put it up there as one of my favorites at all. I'd kind of back-ended it a little bit, just personally. At least until I see it again. I feel like I do need to see it again, because there was so much content of information going on there that if I did miss anything, it was just because there was so much dialogue going on, and it became a little muddy in between kind of thing.
Yeah. But I'm just I'm a fan of the universe, and it's nice to see kind of like an idea of like
more than anything, I did love the diverse cast that was in this. I thought the diverse cast was fantastic. The use, I forgot the actress's name, the deaf woman, she's done some great stuff before too. Sorry, I forgot her name, but she's just wonderful. It's great to see how performance comes through by an actor or someone who's not able to hear, and it's rewarding to see that Marvel are taking those steps. They didn't,
Lauren Ridloff.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, and then there was a gay couple of the characters.
The first gay main character,
which just felt natural. They weren't trying to push it. They weren't trying to emphasize it. It was just
some people may think they might have.
I'm sure there will be.
They'll say, "But you're pushing an agenda on me."
They need to push this natural in there.
But if it
felt naturally in place, and it was great to see. and that they weren't afraid to, and they're not changing anything overseas. They're not going to be cutting that thing out. If a country is deciding not to show something like that,
they're like, too bad.
They're not showing it. Too bad.
Marvel
are not
sex scene.
They are
also.
not. Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, Marvel are not bending backwards. They're not bending backwards to edit or change a scene, which is good. Yeah.
Not that we know of.
Accelerated So hang on, what does Wrench say here? Wrench has got accelerated your expectations.
Accelerated my expectations.
Exceeded. Wow. Yes.
Okay.
Low. That's cool. That's great. So you, yeah.
It is long.
It's long. Yeah, it definitely is long. Yeah. As I said, I saw it. Actually, I almost didn't see it. Our movie started about 45 minutes late.
Whoa!
Something happened.
Late.
This is by the way opening night. This is Thursday night on the opening
with trailers. You had to wait 45 minutes. Then
trailers gone. They cut the trailers completely.
Okay.
Yeah, they literally cut the trailers and started the film like 45 minutes in. And people were already starting to leave because they thought and they assumed at this point the film was never going to start.
No one came out to tell you guys.
Nobody came out to tell us. Yeah, it was just like
waiting. Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah,
I would have gone out like, hey, the movie's not starting. Like nothing's going on.
Oh no, they knew it wasn't starting. It's something to do with the digital print. So I was very lucky.
Digital printers.
I was in that 5-minute range of like, if this goes for 5 more minutes, I'm probably going to have to go see it on a Sunday afternoon.
And you did that like 5 times.
But it's time to stick it out. Yeah, I did it before because
9 times I waited 5 minutes.
That's the new version.
Dylan.
That's the new
Dylan. How you doing, Dylan? Yeah.
That's a new version of a film melting or a film melting the
the
melting
digital,
the projector
the
where they had to like completely re-string it together and re-edit it together before they could put it back on.
Hey Dylan, so if you're still there, did you get to see Eternals yet? We're keeping it a non-spoiler review at this point in time, but did you get to see it yet? And if so, what did you think? You saw Eternals, okay? Yep. So it was all right. Yeah, it was it didn't wow me, but at the same time, it was well done. I had a few problems. It was a little slow pace at times, but so we're definitely going to do a more spoilery review next week when we can kind of break it down a bit and have Elijah. Yeah, I saw that.
It was such an out of this world movie. I had to
I had the same thing
decompress.
I saw that.
I had to decompress and watch Sicario.
Oh really? Okay, fair enough.
Which is a great movie. God, have we seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't.
Same director as Dune.
Okay. The director. Okay.
He did it before.
We were talking about this last week.
Yeah, this is before. He did it before Arrival, but man, he's got some. Elijah, you'd like it.
I haven't seen that yet.
There's a realness to it, and kind of like his level of detail is like Paul Thomas Anderson. I feel
nice. I mean, I love
the tone and everything is just great. It's just a good movie.
That's cool.
And
watch Sicario, guys.
When you didn't hear my review of the French Dispatch.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't.
But that was great too. I really enjoyed it.
That just
a lot
came
of
out.
attention to detail on Wes Anderson's stuff, and just the miniatures, and they work in animation in the middle of it, where they're like, there's a big action.
Yeah,
big action
I noticed
scene,
that. Yeah.
And instead of like trying to do an action scene, it just goes straight animation, and they just make it like more wild because they're dealing with animation.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you would appreciate.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. Other let's see.
Morpheus and Marvel.
Oh yeah, the Morpheus trailer. Yes.
Morbius.
That came out.
Morbius.
Sorry, what did it say? Morpheus. Oh my God, wrong.
Morbius. And that should be like Morbius in the multiverse of. It's part of the multiverse, it seems. He's got so many different things going on in there. You're like,
it's the Spider-Man universe, but in the trailer,
does he live in the multiverse? Is he like in some weird because there's a mix. There's
Michael Keaton's in it.
Keaton's in there, but the old Daily Bugle, like the old Daily Bugle from the Sam Raimi.
Yeah, and there's like a Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man's in there.
Image in there.
So it's like all mixed up.
The more this is going on, the more I'm really starting to feel that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to be booted out of the MCU universe, and he's going to be trapped in another universe where Spider-Man where nobody knows Spider-Man's secret. And I think the feeling that this kind of builds up to it a little even more so, which means that somehow, Michael Keaton as the Vulture somehow also ends up there as well. Something tells me this whole separation is going to be bigger than we expect between Sony and Disney.
Yeah.
See, what's Toons gonna do from prison? Hey, keep my number. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't have your the Tinker with you. You're nothing without your team.
Well, again,
but
there's Spider-Man, but there's more Spider-Man villains anyway. So the reality is, I mean, we also
but they
saw Venom.
Venom a recent one. So
yeah, but Venom's been pulled out of that universe. I mean, something tells me that Venom's universe,
his vendetta with Spider-Man by the end of Homecoming was I have no beef with him. He saved my life.
Correct. Exactly.
And that guy was like, I heard who he is, like the Scorpion guy. And he's like, oh, if I knew he'd be dead.
Yeah.
But now he's all like a bad guy again. Oh.
But the thing is,
we don't know.
We
don't know. Lying. He's like a liar. He's like a manipulator, weasel type of character. So he could be telling anybody anything.
Here's the thing, though.
It's a blue-collar guy who was wronged by the government and just decided to start a business on his own. He's like the libertarian bad guy.
Yeah. The thing is that what's his name?
Who's he
Venom. Venom's not purely evil. Venom is being controlled enough by Eddie Brock. So he's not like full-on evil. He could be just a nuisance or a menace to Spider-Man.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah, and the thing is that, it's so far there's no direct full-on 100% pure evil bad guy that's been created to go up against Spider-Man.
Right.
At this point, they're just more of a nuisance or a menace to society.
Yeah, it's more of like they're trying to do their own. They're trying to do something outside the law, and Spider-Man gets in the way, and they're like, "Oh, god damn it, Spider-Man."
That's it.
It's never really a personal thing, except for Venom in the comics was a personal vendetta.
Yeah,
but that's the different. They went a totally different direction.
They definitely,
Eddie Brock doesn't even know who the hell Peter Parker is, where his character was based on this rat he had against Peter Parker.
Yeah. Does he say, "I hate this guy," or was it Venom that said, "I
hated
hate
him"? No, Eddie Brock. Do you know the Venom story?
No. I'm talking about the end of Venom 2, when Venom sees Spider-Man on the screen. When what's his name? J. Jonah Jameson is saying Spider-Man. I think it's Venom that says, "I really hate this guy." I don't think it was Eddie Brock saying that, which means that Venom somehow might have been.
So the symbiote,
hates Spider-Man
for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. But Eddie Brock probably has no idea who Spider-Man is because they've never really officially said.
He doesn't know who he is. Not in the movies.
Yeah. So I don't know how this is all going to play out. It's
like all mixed up.
Like the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Is that what they've been dying to do? Sony's been dying to do the Sinister Six.
We're getting
to the point where they're bringing back old people. It's like, dude, whatever.
It's like, get him in there. There's 6 of them.
Remember the Amazing Spider-Man 2? The guy walking through the basement.
And they walk through and they have them all there.
It's like, it's like,
do you
put on the backpack. That's the origins of Dr. Octopus. He put the backpack on.
If Peter Parker is actually jumping through multiple universes during this film, do you think they're going to be actually even game enough to do different versions of Sinister Sixes in each universe with a couple of key characters?
Like Spider-Verse? No, they're bringing all of them to our universe so far.
I don't know about that. Because
they're going to be is there going to be a Catherine Hahn
into other universes?
Is there going to be a Catherine Hahn Dr. Octopus?
They could, because from what I understand, they're coming
Agatha Octopus.
Andrew.
Agatha.
No, just too bad Andrew got fired. Andrew.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
He got fired?
I don't know about that.
They still haven't He's still denying that he's in it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't even think we'll see them, him or Tobey Maguire in the new trailer. if they even drop a new trailer.
If they show anything, it's gonna be an audio. It's gonna be like you have to see the movie to.
They need to hold back on trailers, you know, like
Andrew Garfield. He got because he got fired. I lost the part. He was too.
Yeah,
sick
he got fired?
He was too sick to show up to a meeting.
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Oh, I hadn't heard about that.
He didn't. Yeah, he couldn't show up, and then they just.
Oh, really?
Fired.
I don't know. There's
to
so
Spider-Man?
much news.
Who knows?
So much news. I don't know what sources to trust.
During the. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
Loki, what do you think, Loki?
I guess we will. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I mean, that's definitely
it's not too far away. It's December,
but
so.
yeah.
Not
just going back to
Black
just
Loki.
going back
I was
to
talking to my Black Loki.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Lavelle's in the chat finally. Hey, buddy, how you going, man? Yeah. So just going back to Mobius, the Mobius trailer.
Responsible.
Going back to the Mobius trailer just for a minute. There's some really cool stuff. I did not expect that trailer to actually make me interested in seeing this, film at first. The trailer looks pretty damn good for Mobius.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Had the Doors song.
Yeah, they always got to be. What's with trailers adding in like songs? That's like such a. It's
a cliche.
It is.
It's as much cliche as the.
Or in a world.
Oh, that they haven't.
In a world in the future, it's like it's like the narration.
Lavelle's been stalking us.
It's getting at it. It's getting out of hand. It's getting a lot.
Yeah.
Silent, creeping into shadows.
There was like.
Oh my God! I'm not an Eternals hater. I just see a different.
He didn't get it.
I didn't get it, but I definitely look forward to
it was too dense.
More about this.
It was too dense for Brent.
It was maybe. No, there was some things in there there were things pacing wise, but again, we've already said this at the beginning, and we'll definitely talk into more detail about some of the thought process. I definitely look forward to debating that film next week when people have had the chance to sit down and watch it, at least, for sure. Especially Elijah, because you need to see the movie this
differenter.
Indifferenter. Yeah.
No, I'm there. I'm here for Marvel. I'm gonna keep watching it till I like it.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You guys tried with Captain Marvel. I gave that many chances.
Captain Marvel, I still didn't mind. It didn't bother me. I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but it's not my.
There's just better ones.
Yeah. The what was I going to say? Did you guys see the news on Black Panther 2? They're kind of shut down production temporarily still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
didn't she? Wasn't she also like kind of anti-vax stuff too? I don't know.
I'm not too sure. No, there was some sort of entry.
I heard along the grapevine that she was one of the many actors who were the anti-vax stuff going on. But I mean, that was look it up. Don't.
We're talking about Latita.
Yeah.
Wright, correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she had an accident about a month and a half ago on the set for a stunt. And I don't know what the accident involved specifically. It did an injury, but it sounds like they've caught up with as much as what they can shoot. Very similar to what happened with Harrison Ford with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones 5 had to shut down production for a few weeks because
Harrison Ford is old.
Injured himself. He's old, and he throws a punch and he throws his arm out as he throws
a
punch.
Spaceship door land on his head, or
that's it. That happened in Star Wars, didn't it? Yeah.
Get off my plane.
Yeah.
Come a long way from Jack Ryan.
Yeah. But
I always think Fugitive. I'm always thinking him in Fugitive.
Right. Yeah. But
I didn't shoot my wife. I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care.
God.
And then I think of Wrongfully Accused.
Yeah.
Remember the Leslie Nielsen? Like,
oh, really?
He's like on the tip. His toes grab the ledge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
man.
Funny. There's that. What other bits and pieces were out there this week? Look at the list there. Mobius trailer. Eternals did actually do well in the box office, by the way. It earned 71 million over the weekend in the US and 161 million. It's still not as good as, say, some of the other films, but at the same time, actually, I don't, between Black Widow. I think Black Widow is still the lowest box office of the post.
I wonder why.
Epidemic era of. No, I love that. I really did enjoy.
No, I was joking because
okay, right,
because they released it on HBO at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's why she sued them.
Yeah,
Eternals. Oh my god. Yeah. I need to rewatch the Eternals again. Definitely went into the film with a bit of stress, as I said, because I wasn't sure whether that film was going to start.
Yeah,
and I was definitely worried. And then suddenly the credits and then the credits start rolling, and it was just straight to the movie. It was like, oh my god! It took me I didn't even get to read the opening scroll because my brain was like, oh, it's playing. There's no, it was
right.
So I'm going to reinvest it this week. I've got the ability to.
Again.
Yeah, I'll see it
twice.
Again. Yeah. Oh, you saw it again?
Okay. I want to see it again. It's a Marvel movie. I'm gonna watch it.
I usually see most Marvel films at least twice in the theaters, just for the experience.
And then 50 times after.
Well, yeah, you see it. Yeah, you have it on repeat, and you just have it playing in the background.
It's so good. It's
the
great.
Amount of time. Like for Jason, you don't understand everybody at home, at chat, guys. Jason will play this stuff continuously on scrolling in the background. He's sitting there drawing at home and he's working, and he will play these movies on repeat. He can recite almost any of the Marvel films because mind you, I do the same with Star Wars, so I kind of know everything.
We all do the same thing. I got my own movies that I replay.
Good point. Okay,
all of Thanos' lines.
He's like, oh wait a minute, I do the same thing with Star Wars. Never mind.
Put your hand up.
Arrogant never do.
Put your hand up if you're a geek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Well, I'll put 2 hands up.
All right. 2 hands up. There you go. Exactly. Wow.
Yeah, Elijah could quote the hell out of movies. I know.
No, I can't.
Elijah's got a lot back on, stocked back in his head. Same movies as mine too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how we connected. I just said a random line.
She's like, oh,
we were I know that. And then we'll just catch each other on just movie quotes all day.
Or whatever, reciting anything.
You got some hands risen. Got the geeks in the house.
Totally different geekdom. Did you guys see that Harry Potter turns 20 years old, the movie this year? Actually, this month.
20 what? 24?
It's 20, yeah. It came out November 16th it's 20 years old, that film. I mean, how crazy is that?
It could almost drink.
Pretty crazy.
It could almost drink. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It could almost rent a carpet shampooer.
Those movies were interesting. I feel like they didn't age well as I rewatched them about 2 years ago, but it's it's still out there.
That is crazy. 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, think of if we were in the 80s, we had to watch movies from 20 years ago. We're watching movies from the 60s, like 1965. Or
Star Wars Episode 1 is 22 years old now. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Just to think about that, Elijah shuts down when I say Episode 1.
It feels older.
Okay, guys.
It does feel older.
It feels older.
What superpowers does Eliza and Jason have? You mean I don't have superpowers there, Lavelle?
Brent's like Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
What superpowers would I have?
Yeah.
I'm breaking up.
Would you? Yeah. What superpowers would Elijah and Jason have?
I don't know. Whatever Dark Phoenix has, she could just pretty much just anything. Like Dr. Manhattan powers would be great. I think about that a lot.
I'm also.
I mean, Dr. Manhattan. I would like to be. I would like to be like a Martian Manhunter,
just
a shapeshifter, but also like super strength and telekinesis.
Martian Manhunter is pretty solid.
That's you just if you were a Martian Hunter, you could just live you could just live uninterrupted and just change looks all the time.
That's pretty good.
Just be
incognito and you're like eternal basically.
Right.
Yeah. The cheers. Yeah, no, Harry Potter, there were parts of those movies that didn't age as well as as such, but
like what?
There were
example, Brent.
example.
I want 5 examples.
I just think the pacing, because there's so much content supposedly that's in the books, it shows when it was transferred onto film. I would rather see a Harry Potter TV series now that could kind of go into more depth and make each season a book that they could fulfill and actually kind of create
over like
a better structure.
Like...
I think they did pretty good with all the the first two.
The first two did pretty well.
Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah. How many movies are in that fucking movie?
Right.
It goes on forever.
Yeah.
It's like we watched them recently, and I was like, this movie's still happening. And then what is it called? Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah.
That one felt like a lot of movies too. It just kept going. It's just like, it's winter now.
Yeah.
And they were gonna be this. They were gonna get Chris Columbus to direct all of them. Can you imagine?
No, I remember that. Yeah.
Can you imagine they've actually, all of them directed by?
They've approached him apparently to coming back and directing. I don't know what the new book was related to, but I'd read something just about a week or two back that they were talking about him possibly directing another Harry Potter based movie. So I'm not too sure. I skimmed. Yeah,
like what do they have now?
I don't know. I haven't been up to date. No. Well, no.
Gonna do the play.
They've been doing this stuff post that time period.
The beasts.
Yeah. Right? No, but past the Fantastic Beasts stuff. There's another set of. There was another story based around Harry Potter when he was older and stuff like that.
So, that's what I mean. The play.
Yeah. Oh, the play.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a Broadway play. Like that's been going on for years.
That's
the one where he's like part of the Ministry of Magic.
Right.
And he has a son. His son.
I haven't really been keeping up with the books. Okay.
Wait, he named his son Severus, right?
Oh, really? I have no idea.
Wait, do you guys know Harry Potter at all?
No, I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about the books.
Movies. I don't know. You? No,
I never watched
Harry Potter.
Movies.
Oh, really?
Oh. You meet his son. Oh,
well,
Lavelle, help me out here.
The last time I saw that.
Anyone, Wrench, Lavelle, I need you kids here. These guys.
Last time I watched Harry Potter Part 8,
I was too. when they came out, I thought it was like too. Yeah. I was too old and wasn't like into watching. It was too much of a kids movie when I was like. Came out when I was like 22 or 23 or something like that. So I don't know. I never got into it. I've never even seen. I've seen portions of them, but yes,
that's a yes. You go see Ghostbusters.
Absolutely. Have you seen Ghostbusters 1 and 2?
Well, yeah.
He's only seen 1, I think. I don't think he can stomach 2.
I think the only material.
It could be wrong.
The only material that Harry Potter hasn't had a movie for yet would be the play that is currently happening, which I hear a lot of Harry Potter heads. Not like so much. See, okay, my nieces were really into it, and so as a good uncle to engage with my nieces, I had to get into it also.
Fair enough.
Just like how I got into Minecraft, and I won't do Roblox, girls.
Won't do Roblox.
Too much Roblox for me.
Yeah, and then
but all your other stuff I like. I like the Harry Potters. I like. I watched the Hunger Games.
I haven't watched any of the Hunger Games films before. Yeah,
my niece is into the Percy Jackson series, which is kind of cool. You know, the Olympius. Kind of all the
Olympian gods,
mythology, and stuff.
Yeah, so, check those out. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, it was because we're getting close to Cowboy Bebop coming out in about like less than 2 weeks' time now. Mm-hmm. They have dropped a few posters as well, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
So this is the original one here, but then now we've got. Wait a minute, where'd it go? We got this poster, November 19th, which is cool. It's very stylized to like the old Drew Struzan style of poster,
which they're copying so much.
It reminds me of the Enter the Dragon poster.
Yeah. It's kind of like a cross between that, and then we've got a live action shot of the three of them, which is kind of cool too. So, I'm looking forward to that.
A lot more rustic.
Yeah. Totally.
Did you guys hear about Taika Waititi's new movie that he's going to be working on based on Alejandro Jodorowsky's How do you say his name?
I can't pronounce it.
Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky.
The
Okay.
Incal. It's what they thought. It's what a lot of people say Fifth Element is based on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, it's a Mobius old Mobius illustrated comic.
Okay.
Like, but I was talking about Jodorowsky.
Right.
Last time, but it was like he was planning to do the Dune, the greatest movie that was never made.
Right.
He was the one who's going to do that Dune with the Pink Floyd soundtrack and the Rolling Stones and Mick Jagger.
That's cool. Cool.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard he's dating Tessa.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture with him and what's his name? Rita Ora? Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about. It's a picture with Tessa Thompson and Rita Ora and Taika Waititi like making out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I actually saw that.
I haven't seen that. Okay.
Hey,
I hadn't seen that.
He was a married man.
What?
Naughty boy, indeed. Lavelle, I agree.
So
naughty boy.
We've come
Naughty
to.
Kiwi.
I mean, I was going to show
but
one.
I'm stoked about that.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited about that? I mean, that's one of my favorite. Like, that is basically the recipe that built.
Have they just announced that? Have they just announced that? Have they shown anything?
That was they just announced it. There's no images, no nothing. He just He just announced that he's working on that. I think that was
he's also doing a Star Wars movie, and that man has got a lot going on right now.
It's like we just threw him into like the sci-fi world.
Yeah, well, I mean, and he just finished shooting.
Very well.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
he just finished shooting Love and Thunder too. So
you think of like what he was known for.
Yeah.
It was such small world stuff, and
well, so is Peter Jackson.
Comedy and
New Zealand,
like
his
little
directors.
New Zealand worlds.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know, Boy. Was that the name of
his little shorts?
His first movie.
I have not seen it.
It's really good. He plays.
I believe that he did all like Taika Waititi directed all the fake commercials in.
Yeah. He pops up in some of them. Remember the New Zealand tapes
the phone,
like
the telephone.
He's like, hello.
Telephone. Hello. I'm on the telephone. It's just like
an
ad for telephone.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he also produces a show that I really like called Reservation Dogs.
Okay.
It's about like these kids who live on a reservation, and it kind of has this, the type of like, the poverty and stuff like that is kind of reminiscent of what, of what New Zealand has too. I think he's got like a good eye for it. And capturing that. Yeah. Oh no, the quaint kind of culture that comes from these type of worlds, and it's such a small world thing. I would never have guessed that he would be doing these celestial operas of like Thor Ragnarok, Love and Thunder, and like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I think that that's what makes them so good. You want a director that captures and embraces like humanity as much as possible. And you get someone who could execute that and a sci-fi at the same time. It would be great. Like, we think that just makes the perfect thing. That's what made this first Star Wars so good.
Yeah.
But if we can just keep that energy.
Yeah.
How is your Kiwi accent, Brent?
My Kiwi accent is not really all that good. It's kind of Taika Waititi's got a little bit of a different. It's a different accent than the. I am gonna get completely killed, by the way, by anybody who is New Zealander that's watching this, because they're gonna kill my accent as being absolutely terrible. But it's a bit like when Kiwis go to do fish and chips. It's always about fish and chips.
Or is it like the infliction?
Where they eat. It's
the infliction?
Yes.
Yeah, the infliction with the sheep.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little bit like that.
The Australians are like, where's the car?
Where's the car?
We're more like, where's the car?
I hope that Lavelle's having a good old laugh there at my terrible New Zealander accent, because
there was this interview with Taika Waititi.
All my New Zealand accents just come from reciting
Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah. Just listen to Korg, because Korg is the perfect. He's the epitome of a New Zealand accent.
The boy LaRock sitting in front of you. I'm actually
See, now I'm in trouble. This is why I try to avoid these sort of things, because I know Lavelle's going to edit it and put it up.
Yeah,
somewhere
you need a little bit of controversy. You need to add some.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, did you see there was like an early interview with Taika Waititi when he was still working on Ragnarok, and he was just talking about Asgardians, and like the one thing that like stood out to him, he's like, can't believe how many pumpkins they eat. A lot of pumpkins. And they're just basing this on the scene from Thor when he gets mad, the first Thor, when he gets mad and flips the table and there's nothing but pumpkins on it.
Oh, really?
And he made a big deal on that. He's like, I think as far as all I know about our Asgardians is that they eat a lot of pumpkins. And so when he made Ragnarok, he had Hulk eating a pumpkin.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh,
when
that's
he throws it at Thor, puny arms.
That's funny.
Thor, go.
Thor, go. Puny. That's funny.
Puny arms.
Yeah. Wow. we had more to talk about this time around than I thought. It was kind of funny.
Go again.
Go.
Which imitation are you talking about? You talking about Taika?
What's that?
Black Loki.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let's hear it. Elijah's Kiwi. Go.
No.
Do a quote from.
Do a quote. Now I'm going blank. Now I'm going blank.
He maybe did.
He maybe did.
So maybe he did. Maybe he did. He maybe did.
Now I'm thinking all the Murray quotes. Right. I'm like,
you get ridiculed.
going blank.
Oh, I'm walking you.
Tech support.
Speaking of New Zealanders, I picked up this Hottoys this week from a New Zealander character.
Oh, hey,
this
oi.
This is
Django Fett.
Tamara Morrison's Rex from the Clone Wars.
Look at him.
Which I think I've already did a little unboxing drop, but this thing is so awesome.
He's no good to me, did.
Yeah, the New Zealander comes through for sure.
What if he doesn't survive? He's no good to me, did.
But just look at the detail in that figure. It's so good. That was my latest pickup.
Did they use the same base for?
That would be funny.
All of them.
They do a different head sculpt because like Commander Cody. Commander Cody and Rex are a different head sculpt.
Shave his head.
The actual armor is the same, but they've dropped another one. There's another one coming out that Hottoys just dropped, which is Jesse. There's another one of the Clone Wars. That's coming out later at the end of this time next year.
Do you think he gets them for free? Every single version of like his face.
Oh, I have no idea.
He probably's got to get paid for everything that his face is on. I'm sure he get like a percentage.
Yeah, sure. So much. That's so much of his face.
It's worth
it. And if you were like an actor
does.
that had lots of like, if you were Mark Hamill, do you think you'd want like a bunch of dolls of yourself like in a room? Like you think Mark Hamill opens the door and he's like, "This is the museum of Luke Skywalker." A bunch of plastic images of my face.
I'm sure he's got one or two things out there, but
including the buff ass Luke Skywalker, the Kenner.
Yeah. I've got that figure somewhere there. Actually,
his chest is bursting open.
I
got like pectoral muscles.
I do have that figure somewhere.
And then his stance, dude. I hated those. I hate that they're standing all weird.
Yeah, they're all standing like
Han Solo's legs are so far apart.
Yeah,
right.
Like he can't stand like completely straight. Yeah. They went back to that eventually.
So that action pose.
Most of those figures they're top heavy too. They actually stand up and their body keeps falling because they've got like a bulk that is like they just fall over. They don't stand up straight anymore. It's like, really? Come on, guys.
Do I have? No, I don't have one here.
You don't have one there.
Let's just see if there's one that I could reach.
Yeah. Either way,
there was a weird time for action figures. They thought they had to be all buff and stuff. It was like around the time.
They were the first ones that came out too.
It was around the time when I think McFarlane was in their like fourth series.
Yeah,
I think like
getting the sculpt really. Yeah, when they had their sculpt.
A new era of action figures came when McFarlane joined the game.
Yeah.
And his sports,
even when
sports figures.
His sports figures eventually he did Kiss, But like you look at his first, when you look at his first edition, like the first line, they all look so like regular toys.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You look at him like, oh, this looks like a regular toy. But at the time, it was like so detailed, and then they just got like more crazy detail.
I mean, now they're getting nicer and nicer.
It's kind of what inspired me to get into sculpting when I was a young kid.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no,
the game changer for those toys.
It's interesting. I really can't, I really don't look at much of the Hasbro stuff anymore because it's, my focus is, as I've always said, has gone over to the Hot Toys stuff and just because of the detail. But again, they're so expensive that I have to pick and choose. But I mean, if I was buying the Hasbro stuff, I'd be buying everything still, and that's the problem. It's like you get to a point where there's too much, definitely too much.
Too much, and like I was, talking with Brent like before, like there's no clear line of like what's in a series, and they do the Black series, but they're random figures, and there's only like 23 of them, and not like a full set.
When I was collecting all the with the Star Wars ones, I stuck to my favorites,
figures over and over again on a bunch of different things.
I would stick to like bounty hunters and Jawas. I wasn't really or like Stormtrooper here.
When they released the 3 3/4 figures and they started doing way too many, I only stuck to the Jedi figures at that point, and I was only getting Jedi. So I've got like about maybe 100 Jedi Knights.
There was always like an Obi-Wan Force Ghost.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Him and like who's the bounty hunter with all the bad bandages?
Dangar. I hope we see him in Book of Boba Fett. I really do.
Oh, in like the new version of him, where he's so just like looks like a burn war victim in a robot body. Have you seen that?
Is it in the comic or?
I think he showed up somewhere, but he he doesn't look anything like he did in Empire.
Maybe that might be the comics.
Look him up. He looks so creepy. He just went far off with like the robot editions now it's like his whole body is didn't he all bandaged up because he won he lost a pod race against Solo or something like that? According to the expanded universe.
I don't remember. I
anyone in chat
canon, so.
Star Wars fans
knows that?
It wasn't on Clone Wars, so Brent doesn't know it. People.
The comic. I've been hearing a lot about the comics are getting incredibly well detailed into story.
They're canon now. Any new comic
totally. Yeah.
Han Solo has an ex-wife.
Yeah. This was cool
But,
too. They dropped this week as an image. It's a Boba Fett Lego.
Just the same image that they've been working with.
Yeah, exactly. The same image.
Lego-fied it.
Yeah. Outside of the trailer, they're not showing us too much.
You know what I liked about the trailer? The spider monk looked all stop motion.
Oh yeah. We were talking about that.
Well, the thing is that there's a possibility.
They just kept it like consistent with how you see it in Return of the Jedi, and I think that's level of detail is nice.
We might very well find out the details on it, but I believe that might have been possibly actual stop motion by Phil Tippett, the same way that he did
would be cool
the stop motion. He did the walkers in season 2 of Mandalorian. The background
this guy
walkers.
Out of retirement. It's like, are you ready?
Yeah, totally. Give him a job. He's one of the best in the business with.
He was on acid when he animated. He was doing acid when he animated. Was it Empire?
Yeah,
the AT-ATs.
Oh wow!
Probably
something
was.
I watched. There's a documentary.
A
really good documentary that he did.
Right.
And I think they included the what is it? The reanimation of the chessboard.
Yes. Yeah.
In Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I think they just went, all right. Let's just pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
We'll have the penis head. Let's have the penis head get bonked.
Right.
Total penis head, right? You know what I'm talking about?
They've got a series. I think Galaxy's Edge have got the series of statues of all of those particular pieces now that you can collect.
And Disney Disney allowed that penis head to be an action figure.
I think it's a worm, but yeah.
No, it's got the arms. He's got the long neck. It's like a turtle.
Yeah.
You get bonked by that torso guy.
Okay, fair enough.
Come on, you should know what I'm talking about.
I do. I don't know the names of the individual creatures. I meant, I probably should, but I don't. I don't have that series of collection pieces, unfortunately. But yeah.
That'd be cool. It comes with an actual chessboard too, like.
No, the chessboard you have to get separately. There was,
or like, yeah, you could get the chessboard.
There was a full-size chessboard at one point that was being sold as
like
a proper
table.
It was a prop replica at one point.
That's awesome.
Which looked really cool. But yeah, that was a while. It was several years ago. I think in the late 90s. That might have been released early 2000s. I can't remember who made it, whether it was Master Replica or somebody, but there was a life-size one, I'm sure, at some point. I remember seeing. Cool. So guys, we're coming up at like 1 hour and 10 minutes kind of thing. I think we've had a nice little discussion today. We are definitely going to break down, I think, next week the Eternals a bit more once everyone's had the chance to catch up and watch
Eternals.
And then next week, the big thing is Disney Plus is on Friday. We are going to be doing a podcast during the day. I don't think I think Elijah, you're working that day. I don't know, Jason, are you free that day?
I think so.
Yeah, what day?
On Friday, this coming
Friday,
the 12th.
Yeah, I think so. I should be free.
Yeah, well, if you're free during the day, we still don't have an exact time of the day they're going to be doing this drop.
Oh, right. That could be like I guess it'll probably be sometime midday.
Could be. If it's anything like the Disney Investor thing, it could be it'll be a few hours on the day, but they're going to talk about everything from Star Wars to Marvel to all the new Disney content. And it's been the 2 years, of anniversary, more or less, of 2 years-ish anniversary of Disney Plus itself. So we're going to get all these drops, and I, for one, will be online checking all this stuff out. And then we will definitely be talking about that. That's probably going to take up most of our talking space next Sunday, which will be fun, because it'll be kind of fun to see get everyone's impressions of what they see and what we get to see.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you again. If you want to see anything else on Jason, his Vogu, you're going to see it in the links below. And same with Elijah with his miniature models and artwork. All that in the links are in below. I'm doing
a live drawing tomorrow with Ethan Brewerton at, I think it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, nice.
So jump on my Twitter. I'll post the link on my Twitter.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
Below.
If you haven't seen that, it's great. It's really fascinating to watch Jason just draw for like 2 hours straight, and he draws some of these Vogu, and he's
I did 3 hours last week.
3 Oh, really? I did. Yeah,
3 hours.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Wow. Yeah, I was there for a little bit. I got home late that night, so I caught.
Yeah, there's music. You could watch all of them on my Twitch.
There you go. Yeah. So
check out the Vogu's Twitch.
There you go. So everyone, check the links below. If you haven't checked them out, sign up. And then tomorrow night, what time is it tomorrow night? 8
p.m. Central.
8 p.m. Central. So
it's gonna be like 3 hours.
November 8th.
That's cool. And if you don't catch it live, then catch it. He will post it and put up there. And so guys, thank you very much. Chat, thank you very much for joining us again. And if anybody new comes to this channel, please like and subscribe. We would love to have you listen along every Sunday at 1 p.m. We will do a live stream of some sort. And during the week, we'll post information on the news that we love and update bits and pieces. So check all that stuff out below. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right. Bye.